something to prepare the residents in the 6th District. There was a EIT held at the Watkins Center. I attended. I didn't see neither one of these two. Not one. Knowing that this is going to hurt our community. But yet, you'll sit there and vote yes. And to your answer, John, yes, he owes taxes. He owes about $14,000 in taxes. The house is in his wife's name, but he's there too. But he'll vote yes to raise your taxes and vote yes when there's earned income tax to take more money for poor people. They call you political, by the way. Yeah. They want to shut me up and the residents who attend these meetings that care about the residents, and care about this community, care about this township. You want to shut us up because we dare to call your sorry behinds out. I recorded you saying yes, and I recorded you saying yes. I dare you to even think about running again, because I'm going to post this, okay? I am going to post this. You don't have a response, Michelle?
I'm sorry. I do not have a response, but you can post it.
I am going to post it, because if you think that I am not going to be out there campaigning, even though we know David is in here by default, I was late turning in my ballot. But guess what? I'm going to be on that ballot at the next one. Guess who's going to be the next 6th District Council? Me. Okay? You're one and you're done.
You got my
You're
vote.
one and done. I promise you. And I'm going to get a run to make, because I don't want to run with you, because you're no good. I don't trust you as far as I can see you. You don't care about the community. You don't care about the residents. You care what happens. You care about what Kim Kenny tells you to do. Because this is all him. All of it. All of it. The soundness in us. And like I said before, if you did the right thing, we wouldn't have anything to talk about. See, I'm not intimidated by him. He doesn't scare me. You understand? You house Negroes, he got you under control. Okay? He don't have me under control. Because I will call him out. I will call him what he is. Once I found out that you wanted to take the property that the Underground Railroad traveled under and erase it, I was through with you. See, I'm Generation X. You understand? I believe in my history. I'm not going to cover it up. You can buy them. You like them dumb, like Tunis, weak and dumb. That's why you don't like Rich Block. You like when weak and dumb like Tunis, that way you control them. As a black woman who stand here before tonight, I promise you, just as sure as I'm standing here, when I run, I'm going to make sure that the residents of the 6th District, who are still here, because it's going to hurt them, not to vote for your sorry behinds. I'm done.
Hi, my name's Elaine Weaver. This EIT is going to hurt the residents of Upper Darby Township who work, as well as the non-residents who work in this township. However, a resolution to amend or repeal, whatever it is, that incorrectly worded ordinance stating that residents can or are allowed to speak. This is not what the Home Rule Charter states. For non-residents who work here, are they not concerned persons? If their paychecks are going to get cut, they most certainly should be allowed to speak, correct? Or are you saying that they're going to be taxed but don't have the right to speak here? Okay? I have lived in this township all my life. I was born here. Along with my 11 brothers and sisters, my mother's still a resident. She was born here 93 years ago. And she has 12 kids, 57 grandkids, 81 great-grandkids. She has paid her dues, but the woman stopped working just last year. Stopped paying her income tax. She would be taxed today had she not retired at 92. That's kind of disgraceful. She's a homeowner. She still lives in her home. Thank God she's healthy. But, okay. She worked up and she has, so, Jess, do you even know where Penn Pines is?
I do actually. I drove by there this week.
Did you?
I did. I was checking out the park because
Nice little spot, isn't it?
it's beautiful.
Not one person in Penn Pines knew about the EIT. I was born and raised in Penn Pines. I know most of the people that have been there for longer than 5 years. I know. We know them well. It's a small little spot in Upper Darby. Everybody knows
It
us.
seemed like Westbrook Park.
It's
You live in there
even
for a
smaller
long-
than Westbrook
long
Park,
time.
okay? But we were born and raised there, okay? So grandkids, they all live there. Nobody even has ever heard you. They don't even know who you are. I didn't even know that that was your district. Okay, you represent my district. I don't live there now. That's where my mother lived. But I'm telling you, this is just a disgrace to me. That you're saying here tonight, and it blows me away, that anybody who doesn't live here, but does work here, puts in a 40-hour week or 20-hour week, whatever, and makes a paycheck, they are not allowed to come up here and speak though, because they're not a resident. They are concerned people though, so under the home rule charter, they can speak, but not under the little ordinances, the amendments, the resolutions, the repealed ones. What are we going by these days? Seriously, what are we gonna go by? Because I don't get it, and I sit here. Other people that live in this township, work in this township, and pay taxes, and who are ready to pay more taxes, they really don't get it. And most people had no idea. They still don't even have any idea. I had to tell people, go to YouTube, or please come to the meetings. God knows my mom can't come. That's one thing, I would never bring her here. She certainly wasn't going to be going down the long lane, and she wasn't going to make it to the high school. Hey, she even drives, but I wouldn't even told her that, because I didn't want her to go in there. She's very quiet, I'm like my dad, so. Anyway, I just think that this is the wrong thing to do. I think this is the wrong thing to do. You need to listen to the residents more. You really need to take a look at who you want to tax. Okay, I do get it. Homeowners, they're not getting a break here. They're spinning it like, oh, well, we don't want to raise taxes for the homeowners because they're already taxed enough, so we're just going to hit all the workers. What about the workers who own homes? What about them? They're getting nailed. They are getting screwed royally. Barb, she brought up 0.5%. Can we try there? Really, can't we just try there?
No.
You know, I mean, John DeMasi brought the numbers up, John Bazzari brought the numbers up. We don't need this, what is it, 15, 18 million? We do need what? How many are we when we come home? Half a percent we do it. But I just think it's totally unfair for the people who don't live here, they couldn't speak about it, but they are gonna get taxed about it. And the people who don't know about it, still don't know about it, unless it's brought up. My mom doesn't have Facebook. Not that she's going to see it, but you know what, her taxes aren't going to go down either. Nobody's giving her, like, she's got a single home, she's being killed. Every penny that she has ever made is in the bank, waiting, she's paying taxes. My dad's pension just pays half of her taxes, not even all of it. She used to keep that just for taxes. That's doubled. She can't. Thank you.
Hi, I'm Sydney again. I'm learning about local government as we're sitting here. Like I said, I'm new with all of this, but I'm finding that some of us are very politically centered, and that's all of our experience in life. And they don't have life experience beyond studying politics in college and then going straight to the board of the council. So my question, I guess it's either to Mr. Mann or to I'm not sure who this goes to, but I guess both could answer is, can you please describe clearly what was considered prior to the earned income tax?
So sure, I'll take that on, at least for the first part. So the total plan does candidly start with the earned income tax, because it
No,
generates.
before earned income
Oh,
tax.
you're talking about the process?
What did you consider?
So what other things happen that we are going to find ways to cover the deficit that we currently have in our budget
Sure.
before charging the residents and making poor people poorer? So what is considered prior to earned income taxes that failed, and why did it fail?
Okay, so I'm trying to think how to.
That's for them.
Because our premise is that whatever you do, and it has to be more than one thing, right? So you're trying to order them, and I'm saying it has to be a package, right? I think the earned income tax whether you offset it with a real estate tax decrease or whatever, I think the earned income tax, because the revenues grow over time.
So earned income tax is not what we're talking about. So thinking of grants, thinking of other partnerships with universities or technology grants or bringing businesses in, please, I guess it's Mr. Tunis, describe what was considered and how it went.
Well, just to give you a little bit of background, okay, so I was appointed on council in February 2020 during the height of COVID. Ever since my time being on council, we've always received advice based on our financial standing. Some of us have been on council since October 2020, when we had closed door conversations regarding the need for an earned income tax. I've seen things in the past that said we needed this since before I was born. So my approach was, like, I represent the 7th district, and I'm approaching it how best can I take the burden off the many seniors that I represent that are on a fixed income. Those folks that make minimum wage, that work 40 hours a week, that, correct me if I'm wrong, Mr. Mann, may be below the salary limit to receive the earned income tax. And then also, the administration, they handle a lot of the grant applications. Council does approve of them. We have been applying for grants. We've had CBDG money. We also got American Rescue Plan funds from the President Biden administration to help offset COVID-19. But the idea that we can't, like, that we're not doing anything, we just want to bring forward an earned income tax, like, we're gonna have to pay it too. This isn't something that
I understand that you're paying it too, but your income and their income is not.
you're not aware of my income. I make $109 every 2 weeks from here, okay? So the assertion of council members' income, it's not like we're all rich here. And I would just ask the CEO to provide you in writing with a timeline of some of the steps since he's been here, because he just started in February, and the mayor started in January. I've been council president since January, so these decisions have been made prior to us, right, that led us here. Some people say this is years of proper mismanagement. I tend to agree. Our finances have been mismanaged.
So with finances that are mismanaged, earned income tax might be one option to diversify our revenue.
Yes.
But I'm also thinking about, like, and I'm going back to our public service, like fire trucks. I read in one of the presentations that we needed to support and get better equipment. Like, have we applied for state grants? Some across Pennsylvania, they were just due the other day, made $500,000, and while I know a fire truck is more than $1 million, we could apply for a few, and then we wouldn't need to tax the current residents. And while $1 million doesn't fill the gap, there are other revenue places that we could be pulling from that wouldn't pull from our community to hurt us.
And I think your general point is correct, that there is more than one source. The challenge though with grants is they always come with some kind of strings, whether it's time limited, like the ARPA money, or if you're trying, you may get a grant that says you can use this to buy a fire truck, what if you needed to pay police officers? It's that sort of thing.
Yeah,
But your general point is.
And they end, right? I get that it's not a long-term solution, but maybe a long-term solution is looking at the businesses like somebody else said down 69th Street that have been vacant for a very long time. What are we doing to bring people in there? I also wanted you guys to think about those of you that voted and didn't say anything the whole time. That doesn't feel right. That doesn't sit right. You voted and didn't say anything.
We're not really allowed to.
This is embarrassing. I want to start off by saying that. I don't know if you folks are familiar with Dalton Village in Illinois.
Yeah,
You're getting close to it, okay? It's on YouTube. They show their deficit problems, and the chart that was put up there almost mirrors what's going on in Dalton because of the crazy spending. So, I'm thinking this isn't going to affect me, but I'm thinking about housing values, home value. What is this going to do to the housing market in Upper Darby? Has anybody ever looked into that? Probably not, right? But I think it'll make an impact, because if you're somebody that's starting a family, you're gonna say, okay, let's look at Upper Darby. Again, I'm paying quite a bit in property taxes. Oh, and I also have to give them a chunk of my, income? That'd be a deal breaker, and it would be a deal breaker if I was looking to buy a house now. Fortunately, I don't have to. You know, I've lived here a very long time, and I've never seen, I don't know, you know, a certain kind of show. I won't use the language, and you know, like, someone said, think for yourselves. You know, you guys are rubber stamps for this stuff. You
Yeah.
know it.
Yes, they
You're
are.
being
We already know
told
how they go.
what to do. Right?
Yep.
Right, Jess?
Yes.
How are you gonna vote on
Yes.
this? Yeah, you voted to censor Rich Y. You want your free speech, but you're not willing to give it to somebody else. To me, that's a joy. Your disappointment. Can I ask what the bond rating for Upper Darby is? That hasn't been discussed.
So it was withdrawn, so the
Yeah.
township doesn't have one.
Right, right.
Wow.
Through S&P, right? Am I correct in that?
It's because we don't have.
It was downgraded from what?
Yeah.
Doesn't the CAO have this?
Yeah, you would think.
Doesn't the CAO have this?
Yeah.
I have time, according to your new rules.
Yeah, so from A plus to A, it was downgraded from A plus to A in July 22, and then removed along with a handful of other municipalities because
Right,
of,
like 60-some.
because of lack
throughout
of
the country.
submission of financial.
And that's throughout the country, correct, school districts and all that. What's the lowest rating you can get in this?
I think it's actually C, or it's triple
I
C,
thought it
or
was
C
C.
minus. Once you get below, once you get into the Bs, you're considered what's called junk.
So the fact that it's, what is it now? Double
A.
A?
Well, non-existent is what it is.
Okay, no, but before, prior, when we were,
A.
supposedly, so it was A, but that's not like getting an A
No,
on a
it's
term
right.
paper.
You
An
can
A
go
is
on.
not good.
It's not really, no. It's not.
Okay. So, the township doesn't have a bond rating. Am I correct in saying that? Can I say that without,
Yes.
is anybody gonna dispute that?
Right.
What happens when you wanna float a bond? And I'm just, it's a rhetorical question, I think we all know the answer, it's gonna be difficult. Am I correct in that? Yes. So how did we get here? You know, you guys are spending, and I'm not gonna insult drunken sailors, but, you know, the money being spent, you're not watching it. And you, and again, as everybody else has said, you wanna come to us for more money. Yeah, I tell people that live outside of this township, where I'm paying property taxes, and they're like, get the F out of here. Are you serious? You're paying that much? And if my house was in Drexel Hill, I'd be paying twice that amount, just because it's in Drexel Hill. I mean, I don't understand the rationale behind this. It's, you know, you guys, I don't know if you can do that.
That's the money they could save.
You know, you've been given time. I don't know what the vision for the township is. I haven't seen anything. You know, I hear semantics, we're gonna do this, we're gonna do that. But I've been hearing that since 2020. So,
Keep going,
yeah.
don't stop. Any more to say, Chris?
Thank you, sir.
We're
Time is
gonna
up.
have you taken out of.
I'm trying to give everybody an opportunity to speak.
I understand.
And you
But
said
this is BS. This is BS.
I understand
You
your
are,
position, sir.
you're stifling free speech.
Thank you, sir.
You are. I know you.
Sir, the time is
I'm
up.
gonna take.
The time is up. There's other residents that have not gotten an opportunity to speak yet.
Come up again.
There's other residents that did
Come
not
up
get an
again,
opportunity
come
to
up
speak
again,
yet.
just come up
All right.
again, come up again, come up
No, I just want, I
again.
one quote.
Sir, your time is
Come up
up.
again.
One quote.
Residents have not had an
Right,
opportunity
yeah.
to speak.
This is a post that was put up by Elon Musk, and I know you probably don't like it. Censorship.
Sir, your time is up.
Censorship is the
You
child
have
of
5
fear.
minutes.
Father.
I will now ask the officers to escort you from the
tyrants.
Sir,
Maybe somebody else can do it.
Okay, that's fine. Just give
Come back
everybody else the
up.
opportunity to
Just
speak.
Stay louder.
Just want to give everybody the opportunity to speak.
Talk louder.
Censorship is the child of fear.
Sir.
Father of ignorance and neglecting of tyrants. Good evening, tyrant.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you for giving us this time to speak. Unlikely, judging on all the previous comments, in the minority of the group of people coming here to speak tonight, but I am in full support of the EIT. I would be one of the people who would have to pay a new tax, and I'm actually okay with that.
That's what she do.
It helps to get us a more solid
But yet
financial
she wants
footing as a
somebody to
township.
fund the library.
The fact that a high percentage of township residents already pay the tax, but that it's going to other communities makes no sense to me. I think that those taxes should be coming to Upper Darby, and I'm okay with paying the EIT so that we have a more diversified base of revenue. However, you know what I'm gonna say next. I would hope that some of that funding goes to fully fund the library. And I would also ask that if you go ahead with this, that a significant portion of those funds used to build up the reserves in the township, so that in the future, if we need that money, we have it. So I don't want the council being fiscally irresponsible. I think all of us, I think you, and I think that, residents, we all want the township to be fiscally responsible. And to really think about what can we afford as a community, what's a priority, and to really make good decisions around that, not just to, throw money here and throw money there. Someone has mentioned in the past, or a resident spoke at the last meeting and mentioned that people were in support of a senior center, and said that nobody had said, oh, no, we shouldn't have a senior center. I have said a second senior center, and I will say it again. Something like this, the funds that are, if the EIT goes through, I wouldn't want to see a second senior center. I feel like we should repair and upgrade the one that we have, and not try to create a new tax burden, because even if we used ARPA money for getting a second senior center started, it's going to take money to actually keep it going. If we don't have that money, then, I don't want, what I'm saying is, I know we're supposed to talk about the AT, so let me go back to that. But I basically don't want that money being used for additional things. Let's pay for what we have. And, yeah, I'm gonna stick with that, but that's how I feel. Thank you.
Joanne Armstrong. I'm sorry, I didn't get your name.
Mine?
Yes.
My name's Gordon.
Gordon, Mr. Gordon?
Gordon's fine.
Oh, what's your
Last name is
What's your name? Gordon Mann. Okay, so, I'm just trying to find out, Mr. Mann, you're an expert in what field?
So I've worked in, I'm always hesitant to say I'm an expert, but I've worked in Pennsylvania municipal finance for 18 years.
Okay, do you have any tax experience?
In what way?
Do you have any experience in taxes? Have you done taxes, have you prepared taxes?
No, I'm not a
Have you read
tax
any
CPA.
tax code, anything like that?
Yes, I've read tax codes,
Okay.
and, yes, so I would never try and give people advice on
Okay.
preparing their
Okay.
taxes.
Mr. Kilkenny, have you read the tax code? Have you read Act 511 of Pennsylvania? I'm just asking if you read it, that's all. Do you know what it is? You're not willing to answer?
That's
Okay,
crazy.
great. So what I wanted to say was, Mr. Mann came here, and he's giving, it's supposed to be answering our questions, because I see that when Mr. DeMazzi asks questions, nobody would answer a question.
Not a one.
Not one person would answer. But what I wanted to say is that this EIT does not tax any form of retirement income. Okay, the IRS has no say on this. This is a local tax. It's a state. It's run by. It's enacted by the state through Act 511, and it is a local tax. Retirement income is not taxed. So when you said that, you scared a lot of people. Okay, it's not taxed.
How much are we paying?
It's on earnings. Further, if you are a realtor, not a realtor, if you're a realtor with a business, you will pay this tax. If you are a person that just has a little rental property, you will not pay this tax. So we've come here, we expected people to come here to have the answers that people have questions about. And those answers, you guys don't have them. Okay, and it's not right that we come here, people have asked questions, and there's no responses or incorrect responses are given. I really mean no disrespect, but I think it's wrong for this township to bring. You should have had somebody from Keystone Collections here. He could have been with Mr. Mann and answered the tax portion of it. He can answer why we need it. You should have had somebody answer how it's administered. Okay. Did you tell any of the residents or any of the residents specifically that even if they only have retirement income that they will have to file a tax return for this tax? Did anyone tell any of the residents that?
No, they didn't tell them anything.
No? Okay. So everyone that lives here, if you filed a federal income tax return, you will have to file this tax return.
Tax is zero.
Even if your tax is zero, and they want to know why is your tax zero. So you have to tell them that you're retired, or you have to tell them that you're unemployed, or you have to tell them why you're not going to be paying taxes to Upper Darby Township. So if you pay a tax preparer to do your income taxes, you're going to pay them more money to do it because they're going to have another tax return to do for you.
More money out of our pocket.
Yeah. So I think it's really important. I'm just very disappointed that the whole council came, you brought this forth on a day when you weren't prepared to answer any questions. It's really pathetic that you sit there with your mouth hanging open and you won't answer. So this is a question from Mr. Jones. I know it's September, and people, I think I've heard, I'm not a municipal person, but I've heard that referred to as the start of budget season. So have you started to work on the budget for 2025? So I guess I want to know, are any this $18 million that you're anticipating getting, so you've boosted the revenues by $18 million, what items in the expense side are you boosting that you're planning to spend it on?
I would say this, we are just starting the budget process. We're not budgeting for $18 million because that would be unrealistic budget for $18 million. We will start the public budget process, I think it's September 25th and 26th, but that process will go through December, through the 1st of December, so there'll be plenty of time for resident input, and it's going to be a very public process.
Do not sit down.
Will there really be resident input on the budget?
Yes.
No.
Okay. So I just have to say a couple more things.
Ms. Naminoff, your time is up, okay?
Yeah, the resolution you passed was illegal, so my time is not expired.
Ms. Naminoff, your time is up.
It's my name.
What did you call me?
Sorry, how do you pronounce your last name?
I'm sorry?
Your last name?
Namavong.
Okay, your time is up.
No, it's not. So you are depressing the poor. You're going to give out. You know what you're acting like? You know what I see? I see people up there that think they're Kim Jong-un, where all the people are going to be thankful to get something from you guys, and you guys are all going to get fat, okay? With the money you're stealing from the people.
Thank you, your time is up.
My time is not up. The resolution you passed is illegal.
Your time is up, and that was the last speaker for the public hearing.
No, it's not.
You said everybody. You said everybody.
No. Go.
Everybody, this is not right. You can't deny me my right to speak.
In the I want right to speak, my name's Spiro Pappas.
Mr. Pappas,
No.
the time frame for the public hearing for ordinance.
No.
You haven't been allowed to speak. You said everyone would be able to speak.
Get your hands up.
We voted for everyone to be able to have a chance to speak.
Everyone was allowed to speak.
Ordinance Resolution 2624.
You're in violation of my rights.
Periods of 30 minutes, 6 periods, 5 minutes each, 30 minutes. Extended once.
You're in violation of my rights, and I'm not sitting down.
We're gonna take their asses to court.
Listen,
We'll see you in
check
court,
tape.
Gilbert.
You said everybody could speak.
You said everybody
You said
could
everybody
speak.
could speak. Check tape. Check the beginning of this tape. All
Council, I will call for a 5-minute recess.
right, go to 5-minute recess.
You're disgusting, all of you.
Go compose yourself. You just said everybody could speak.
You're disgusting.
He said
Yeah, take him out of here.
They
Take him out of
They
here.
gotta see what Sean says. See what Sean says. Sean says they
I had to
can.
take my blood pressure medicine in front of my
Bunch of house.
He said everybody could speak. Am I?
He did.
Because they
Did I
lie,
miss
they
that?
just
They stealing
lie.
everybody,
They
taking money and
lie.
Are allowed to adjourn from time to time. They followed the home rule charter during public hearings, so everybody gets a chance to speak. You are allowed to adjourn from time to time so people can rest and regroup.
Go to the bathroom.
The first thing they did according to the home rule
They're
charter.
denying my right to speak. I'm gonna sue them.
John, we gotta get together, dude. I'm telling you.
I know, John.
All of us. We gotta get together.
I'm denying my right to speak.
You didn't speak yet, did you?
I'm ready to,
I'm ready. I know it's short, but I'm standing for my job.
I wanted to address the librarian. The nerve of her.
That's all right. She
No,
has
it's
a right.
not.
She has a right to her opinion.
But yet she's coming in here talking about fund the library when you got homeless sleeping out there. I mean, not that that's wrong, but you had a father that came in here who was overprotective of his daughter. She had the audacity to say
I'm
something
gonna
to
let
this
people
woman.
know that we're taking a break.
Take a break, folks.
We're taking a recess.
Yeah, we're taking a break, guys. I mean, this is a real shit show tonight, but they needed a break from us. Go figure. What they say.